Alright, what's good? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to play Rumble Fighter on your ROG Ally and other handhelds. So let's get into it. First thing you want to do is you want to connect your handheld to an external screen. So mine is on a dock connected to the external screen. And I'm just going to launch the game. You have to launch the game first with the external screen just to get the setting right so that you can launch it on the built-in screen right here. Alright, so now when you're in the game, all you have to do is go to settings and then go to system and then choose your resolution, whatever, but make sure window mode is ticked on. You need window mode enabled in order for it to work on this mini screen. I've seen people asking online, how do you get it to work on Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Legion Go, whatever, and this is the way. Enable window mode on the external screen, and then you'll be able to do this. Boom, Rumble Fighter is working on the built-in screen, and now if I go into training, just to show you that it works, it expands to full screen 1080p, move it to the middle, and there you go, I'm in game. So I can use the built-in controllers because I already set that up, or obviously I can also use my Bluetooth keyboard as well if I'm playing on the go and stuff like that and I want to bust with a keyboard and get serious. But now, how do you set up your built-in controls? So on the ROG Ally, you have this button right here. You press this to go into your Armory crates, and then once you're in Armory crate, you're gonna see all the games you have installed. You're gonna see Rumble Fighter. You just press X, go to options, and then set game profile, press A, and then boom, now you can customize your controls for Rumble Fighter specifically, and you can have it exactly how you want. You can even customize the trigger sensitivity and the sensitivity of the analog sticks if you are using them to move around and stuff. Let me just show you how I map my controls in the game for right now. Probably gonna mess around and see if I can find better layouts, but this is how I have it. So on the left trigger and the left bumper, I have space set so I can jump with these buttons. This is kind of how I play Smash Bros on the Nintendo Switch. I have my jump mapped to the left trigger and bumper. There's that, and then the right trigger I have Z. So I have block, kind of like Smash Bros again. Go into the buttons. So I'm still messing around with this, but at the moment I have X on X. So, you know, your punch on this button right here. And then I have V on Y, so you can do Nanmu or you can do your Exos. And then I have A. I'm experimenting around with having jump right here instead of using this because it felt a little slow in Rumble Fighter. And then I have C, I have kick on B. Before I had it so that punch was B and then kick was A. So I'm just messing around, but this is like a general idea of how you can map your controls in Rumble Fighter. And then obviously you can use this D-pad for movements, or you can use it for punches and kicks if you want. So right now I have it set up for movement. So these are the arrow keys. Up is up, obviously down is down, and you get the idea. And then if I go back, you can also customize your analog stick as well. So each direction can be a separate input. So you can map a button if you want to, or you can have it be your arrow keys. So up, down, left, right for movement. And then yeah, the other buttons, you can customize it to how you want. Like for example, I have this right analog stick as a mouse cursor. Pushing down the right analog stick, I have it set to left click. So if I go back to in-game, and this is a touchscreen by the way, of course, and then I press this button, which is escape. So you can see I can control my training settings and stuff like that. But then I can also use this right stick as a mouse cursor, and then I can push down on it to click. So that's nice for selecting a lobby and stuff like that, or changing things if you don't want to use the touchscreen, especially when it's small screen like this. So that's basically how you play on the ROG Ally. You can also use Steam input. Steam input is the same idea. So you just go to Steam, and then you're going to see this controller icon right here. And then you can choose to enable Steam input if you want to. If you have a ROG Ally or a Legion Go, you don't need to enable Steam input. It kind of just gets in the way and they clash, the two systems. So if you don't have access to Armory Crate, or you deleted it, or you don't use Legion space on your Legion Go, then you can use Steam input as well. Like for things like the Steam Deck or INE or whatever that doesn't have native button mapping, then you can use Steam input. It's the same idea. You just map your controls, make sure you run Steam as admin, and you should be good to go to control the game. The most important thing to get this working is to make sure that Rumble Fighter starts in window mode. Before you even try to launch on the little screen, just go on the external screen. Most of these handhelds can connect to an external screen with USB-C and using a dock or whatever, or adapter. You just go on the external screen, enable window mode when the game starts, and then you should be good to go. And if you want to see, you can do combination buttons. So I can grab, I can counter, I can even panic attack, I can jump and kick, I can jump and grab as well. See, so you can do the combination skills, and yeah, everything just works like you would expect it to work. You also have the ability to assign extra functionality to the buttons, so you can press the buttons on the back of the ROG Ally and then press a button that you already have mapped to something else to do a different key. So normally this button is punch, But if I press the back button, I can transform like that. And then I have Y mapped to V, but then if I press the alternate button at the back, I can do the other skill with B. So yeah, you have a lot of customization when it comes to your controls. And just to show you the back of the device, these are the two buttons I'm talking about. You can enable them to trigger a secondary function with any key on your ROG Ally if you want to, just to give yourself more options within, you know, the small amount of buttons that you have. And this works for other games. Like I play Maplestory, if you're familiar with that game, another computer game that only has mouse and keyboard, but you can map your controls and then secondary buttons work well. So that is how you play Rumble Fighter on the ROG Ally and other handheld PCs. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next video, we are out. Peace. Keep rumbling.